All right, let's talk about one of the most fundamental, and let's be honest, most frustrating parts of our digital lives. Today, we're stepping right up to the AAA circus of information security. Yep, you heard that right. We're talking about authentication, authorization, and accounting, the 3A's, or AAA. And thinking of it as a circus isn't just for kicks. It actually makes a whole lot of sense. These three are the backbone of digital protection. You've got the bouncer checking IDs, the VIP list that says where you can go, and, well, the nosy accountant who's watching every penny spent and every move made. So, every show needs a first act. And in our digital circus, before you get into any exclusive club, you gotta get past the bouncer. This, my friends, is authentication. It's really that simple. Authentication is the system looking you dead in the eye and asking, are you really who you say you are? Prove it. It's our absolute first line of defense, keeping the riffraff out. So, how does this digital bouncer check your ID? Well, there are basically three flavors. The one we all know is something you know, like your password or PIN. A step up from that is something you have, like a little token or an app on your phone. And then there's the really personal one, something you are, your fingerprint, your face. And come on, we've all felt this, right? The good old password has become this running joke. We're forced to create these ridiculously complex codes, and then what happens? We either forget them 5 minutes later, or we just write them down on a sticky note next to the monitor. And that's the real question, isn't it? I mean, if a password can be guessed or stolen, and a physical token can be lost, then just one piece of ID isn't cutting it anymore. So how do you really convince that bouncer it's you? And the answer, of course, is multi-factor authentication, MFA. This is the perfect illustration of that eternal security trade-off. You combine at least two of those factors, say your password and a code from your phone, and suddenly you've built a wall that's a nightmare for hackers. And yeah, maybe just a little bit annoying for you. Okay, so you did it. You showed your ID, you got past the bouncer, you're in. But that just brings us to Act 2. Now that you're inside the club, where are you actually allowed to go? That's authorization. See, this is all about permissions. Just because you're authenticated doesn't mean you get the keys to the entire kingdom. Authorization is the system that's checking the list, deciding if you get access to the VIP lounge with the financial records, or if you're stuck in the kiddie pool with the lunch menu. So how does it check that list? There are a few ways. The most common is role-based, or RBAC. It's super simple. If your role is sales, you get the sales files. Easy. But sometimes you need more nuance. That's where attribute-based, or ABAC, comes in. It checks who you are, but also maybe where you are or what time it is. And then for the really top secret stuff, you've got mandatory access control, or MAC, where the rules are ironclad and nobody can change them. You know the screen. We've all been there. You click on a file you desperately need to do your job, and bam, access denied. It's the classic story, right? You're locked out of a critical report, but somehow the CEO's nephew, who just started as an intern, seems to have admin rights to everything. All that frustration usually comes from a really smart security idea called the principle of least privilege. On paper, it's brilliant. Only give people access to the absolute bare minimum they need to function. The reality, though, it often feels like you don't have enough privilege to do your job at all. And that brings us to our grand finale, our final act. You're in the club, you know where you can go. But there's a little catch. Someone or something is watching your every single move. Welcome to accounting. You'll also hear this called auditing. This is the part of the system that just keeps a giant, detailed diary of everything. Every login, every file you open, every tiny change you make. It's the system's own private detective, and it's always on the clock. Now that might sound a little creepy, but accounting is truly the unsung hero of information security. Because when things go wrong, and they do, when there's a data breach or someone accidentally deletes a critical file, these logs are the only evidence you have. They become the digital crime scene investigation. But, and this is a big but, here's the catch. Modern systems create an absolutely insane amount of log data. We're talking mountains of it. And most of the time, nobody has the time or the tools to look through it all.
It's like having thousands of hours of security footage, but no one to watch it until after the bad guys have already left.
So, how do these three acts, our bouncer, the VIP list, and the tattletale, all come together? Well, the grand finale here isn't really an ending. It's more like a never-ending party where everyone's trying to keep their balance. Because this is the fundamental tug-of-war in all of security. On one side, you've got us, the users, just screaming, "Let me do my job!" We want things to be fast and easy. And on the other side, you have security whose mantra is, trust no one, verify everything. It is a constant battle.
And the problems don't stop there. You've got to worry about insider threats. I mean, what if it's Dave from accounting who's the problem? You have to make this work for thousands of users, which is like playing 4D chess with a hangover. And of course, there's cost. Good security is expensive. Cheap security? That's a used parachute. Good luck.
And if you look to the future, well, get ready for more jargon. The big buzzword on the horizon is zero trust. It's basically a security model built on paranoia, where you don't trust anyone by default. The system is constantly rechecking your ID, rechecking your permissions. It's like it checks under the bed for monsters every single night. So, what's the big takeaway here? The AAA Circus, authentication, authorization, and accounting, it can feel like a pain, for sure, but it's the guardian that keeps our digital world from falling into total chaos. So the next time you're cursing at that MFA prompt, just remember the bouncer, the VIP list, and the watchful accountant are all just doing their job. Now seriously, go change your password.